Welcome to my video about our ElAL Airlines premium economy flight from Los Angeles to Tel Aviv. We arrived at LAX about 3 hours before the flight, and as you can see, there was a very long and acceptable line to check in. Fortunately, this is the only bad thing I could say about our flight experience. I have an American Express Platinum card, and we were able to use American Express's Centurion Club located at the Tom Bradley terminal. This is just a quick tour. It was my first time at the club, and we weren't impressed. It seemed crowded and very closed in. After spending a few minutes there, we decided to just go over to the gate, which was way more comfortable. This is the main lobby at the LAX Tom Bradley terminal. Our flight was leaving from a new gate area, which is pretty far away. And there it is, ElAL's Boeing 787-9 getting ready to take us on a 14-hour nonstop flight to Tel Aviv. Our flight was due to take off at 11:30 a.m. and it was on time. We booked our flight about 2 months before our trip, and premium economy was almost sold out. There are only 5 rows in premium economy, set in a 2-3-2 configuration. We were unable to reserve 2 seats together. My wife had a window seat, and I had an aisle seat on the opposite side of the aircraft. Fortunately, her seatmate was kind enough to switch with me so that my wife and I could sit together on this long flight. By the way, this is a detailed review. If you don't stay for all of it, please click the thumbs up like button before leaving and consider subscribing. I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. Premium economy is definitely better than economy on a long flight like this one. The seats were comfortable and have a pretty good recline. But since this flight was mostly during my normal waking hours, I found it hard to get some sleep. The in-flight entertainment system had many choices of movies and TV shows to keep me occupied. There's virtually no storage in the seat backs, and there's nowhere to stow your pillow and blanket if you don't want to put them in the overhead bin. Also, it'd be nice if a small garbage bag were provided to keep things tidy and to help out the flight attendants. There were water bottle holders that were pretty handy, and a footrest that I didn't find particularly comfortable. And here's the takeoff over the Pacific Ocean on a typically foggy summer morning. The entertainment screens in premium economy measure 13 inches and are high def. There's also a remote, but I found it easier to just use the touchscreen. And a tip if you own a pair of AirPods. I bought this AirFly wireless transmitter on Amazon that I plugged into the plane's headphone jack. It was my first time using it, and it worked flawlessly. A pillow and large blanket were provided, but again, nowhere to put them if you're not using them. I'm not big on amenity kits. This one was very basic: socks, an eye shade, toothbrush, a toothpaste, and some moisturizer. In-flight service started with a nut snack and drinks. I had sparkling wine. By the way, the flight attendants were very professional and accommodating through the entire trip. The 787 has dimming windows. There are a lot of complaints and other reviews because the flight attendants can dim and lock the windows to darken the cabin. You can barely see out when the windows are fully darkened. This was frustrating for us because we would have liked to see the views when flying over Europe. Looking out across the aisle at this passenger to give you an idea of how far back the seat reclines. Notice the woman in front of him has her seat fully reclined also. Here's the projected route for the day, although later on you'll see that our route was quite different. And then it was dinner time. My wife had a gluten-free meal, and I had the normal meal provided for premium class customers. My meal was grilled chicken, seared ahi tuna, a salad, and fruit for dessert. There are 2 bathrooms connected to the premium class cabin. I think that business class passengers can also use these in addition to the 1 bathroom forward to their cabin. The bathrooms were clean throughout the trip. About 6 hours left to the flight. I got up to see if there were any snacks available in the galley. I returned with a chicken salad sandwich and a brownie. Alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks were also available. DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon was available on the entertainment system, and it was fun to see my name in the credits. I worked for DreamWorks Animation at one point in my career. Breakfast was served about 2.5 hours left to the flight. Among other things, an omelet, smoked salmon, a bagel, and cream cheese were provided. And here we are approaching the coast of Israel. It really didn't feel to me like we had been in the air for 14 hours. We were in Israel on vacation and we visited many of the important historical sites. We also flew back on ElAL, but I didn't do much filming because the experience was basically the same. If you're planning a trip to Israel from Los Angeles, I highly recommend this flight, especially since it's nonstop. Please click the like button and consider subscribing. Shalom and safe travels.